And now we probably come to a classic drink, Sunday's finest, a hangover cure. It's the Bloody Mary. To start the Bloody Mary off, we're going to take salt and pepper. Now, this is done by eye, but I would recommend that you do about 2 bar spoons of pepper into the shaker. And again, about 2 bar spoons, a couple of pinches of salt. Now, with a Bloody Mary, it's like a martini. A lot of people like it specifically how they want it, so you should always ask how spicy do you want the Bloody Mary? Very spicy, just a little bit spicy, or quite mild. That will tell you how much Tabasco and Worcestershire sauce to place into the drink, but I'll come to that later. So we have pepper and we have salt. Then we need to take some celery salt. Again, a bar spoon or 2 into the drink. Now here at Idlewild, we make it slightly different to other places. We like to put cucumber into the Bloody Mary. I like to think of a Bloody Mary as a bit like a gazpacho. It's a soup, it's a meal in a glass, which is why it's so good on a hangover. The cucumber just gives a little bit of added wateriness and flavour and texture to your Bloody Mary mix. So now I'm chopping 2 slices of cucumber and I place those into the glass. Next we take freshly squeezed lemon juice. And we're talking 10-15 mils, a dash of lemon juice, just give a bit of added moisture to dilute and dissolve the salt and the pepper. We then need to muddle the mix. We muddle the salt, the pepper, the celery salt and the cucumber, getting all the wateriness out of the cucumber into the glass. And then next, we put horseradish into ours. You could equally use mustard, just to give it a little bit of a kick into the Bloody Mary. With this, a dollop or a bar spoon will suffice, depending on how spicy and how much of a kick you want into the Bloody Mary. Next, this is Worcestershire sauce. We placed it in a different bottle, but it's still Worcestershire sauce and Tabasco. Now, this is the crucial part as to how spicy you want your Bloody Mary. The average rule of thumb is there should be about a bar spoon of Worcestershire sauce and 3 to 4 shakes of Tabasco, and that should make it around about average to everyone's taste. If you want it more spicy, obviously just add a slightly more Tabasco. So now we're left with the mix. We then need to make a Bloody Mary bloody by adding the vodka. If you're having a Virgin Mary, no need for the vodka. But if you're having a Bloody Mary, a double shot of vodka into the glass like so. And then finally, we're ready for the tomato. Tomato juice. If you find that you've put too much Tabasco or Worcestershire sauce into the Bloody Mary, you can further dilute it by adding more tomato juice, and therefore reducing the potency and the spiciness of the Bloody Mary. Next, we need to add the ice to the gazpacho Bloody Mary. And there's a debate whether we should shake or whether we should roll the Bloody Mary. I think if you're making it in advance, it's wise to shake it to make it very cold. But if you're making it fresh there and then for the customer, is not to shake it, it's just to give it a good roll. Let the ice chill the drink, mix all the ingredients, but without bruising it and shaking it too heavily. Next, we need to take a glass. We're going to use a highball glass for this. And we're ready to put the Bloody Mary mix into the glass. Again, we should always taste the drink to make sure how spicy it is in relevance to the customer and how they want the drink. If you're happy with how spicy the drink is, it's then time to pour into the glass. And you'll see from the consistency of the drink, it looks a little bit like soup, which is how you should want the drink. Take a few cubes of ice. Now, with regards to garnish of the Bloody Mary, I personally, because we use cucumber as our signature note on the drink, I use a slice of cucumber, which was sliced on the side, and a lemon wedge, which plays just into the drink at the top. And there we go. And so here we have a Bloody Mary. If you'd like this drink without the alcohol, we call it a Virgin Mary, and all we do is just take away the vodka, but everything else is exactly the same. And in the UK, we call that a Virgin Mary. Our Australian cousins, which I prefer this definition, they call it a bloody shame.